better with your business. So we thought we would create a train the trainer call, right? You guys don't necessarily need to be trained, but we wanted to give you some tips and tricks and help to build a better base, to build a better staff, and ultimately create a better business. So we have a lot of guest speakers on. We're going to run through some expectations and some things for events and staffing. We have some training stuff we'll go over with you guys. And our guest speakers we have are Catherine and Gloria from Elevate. We have Desean and Caleb from Marsico, and we have Brian from VIP. So please keep in mind the call is going to be recorded. So we ask that you mute your lines. If you have any questions, we'll have time at the end of the call for Q&A. If it can't wait, please post it to the chat. Matt will be running the chat for us and answering any questions that you have. But we're going to dive right in. So our content for today is going to be our Boost Mobile expectations for our dealers, DMs, managers, and our staff, our AE and visit expectations for your stores. And when we come visit, we'll go over some staffing resources we have available for you guys. We're going to touch base on some events and how to create a good customer experience, what your local marketing team can do for you, and some things you can do as a dealer to run your own events. And then we'll have Gloria and Catherine jump into some deep dive for Elevate. They'll go over some inventory maintenance, how to create coupons, Bdn Manager Approval, so you don't have to send that email to you guys every time. And then just a couple tips, tricks, and some training opportunities for you guys. And then to end the call, we'll have our DDP guest speakers. So from Marsico, like I said, we have Desean Mallory, Caleb Zirkle, and then from VIP, we have Brian Hunkley. So I'm going to take the first couple slides and then we'll jump into a couple other things with Chris and Greg. So we're going to go over our store and our dealer expectations. So we definitely want to make sure we're setting the proper expectations, right? We want to set the proper expectations with you guys always, but we want to make sure that you're setting the proper expectations for your staff as well. Setting the proper expectation for your staff is going to build a better day-to-day structure. It's going to build tolerance with your staff, right? So when you go in and you're like, hey, we need to make 20 smile and dial calls today, they're not like, what the heck are you talking about? Why do I have to do this? That's not my job. Because I promise you, it's the worst sentence we hear in a store is that's not my job. It drives us crazy. So we want to make sure we're setting those expectations so that we don't have to have anyone say, that's not my job, because it is in fact their job, right? And we don't want any surprises. So we don't want your staff to be like, since when do I have to do this? Well, since always you have to do this. So no surprises, better structure, and just a more tolerant staff. So we're going to jump into the Boost Mobile expectations. We have two sets of expectations, right? Our dealers, our owners, and our manager level employees have a different set of expectations than our reps do. You guys have more control over certain things than your reps do. So we kind of separated them so we can go over a list of each. So our owner, DM, manager, or principal expectations are going to be things like staffed, fully staffed locations. We need to make sure we have enough staff on hand for our busy times and to make sure we're open Boost Mobile hours, which are required. So those Boost Mobile hours are 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and 12 to 5 on Sunday, just like always. I know COVID hit and it changed it up a little bit, but we're back to regular hours. A fully trained staff on hand at all times. We do have resources for you guys. We have the Boost Advocate training, which is a great training that our IM team goes over once a month or presents once a month. And it's very, very informative. And we'll touch on that in a few slides here. We want to make sure you have enough staff on hand. So that first week of the month, when you know all those payments are coming in, please have more than one rep. One rep just collecting a ton of bill pays. They don't have time always to sell to those customers, to pitch ACP, to offer add-a-lines, things like that. So we always want to make sure we have enough staff on hand. We need to make sure everyone has we're making sure our reps have a working work email, right? Separate that personal email, have them create a work Gmail. Gmail is free. It's not hard to set up, and they can do that so that our emails don't get mixed in with all the spam they have from all the other stuff. We need you guys. The next one is we need to have you guys check your email regularly. I know we send you a lot of emails. We send you emails. Directors send you emails. ISM send you emails. Boost Mobile News. I promise you they're all important. I know it seems like a lot, but it's a lot of information. Our business changes all the time, as you know, and the easiest way to communicate to a large group of people is through the email. So please check your emails regularly. We also ask that you have working equipment in store. So we need to make sure our computers are working and updated, our printers work, we can print price tags, we can print hot sheets, whatever we need to do to help our reps have a better experience while they're working in the store. We need to make sure our credit card machines are working and that we absolutely have a tablet or a device to run those ACP applications. If you don't have a tablet, even if you have like an old device in the back that maybe your DDP won't let you RMA, open that bad boy up, hook it to Wi-Fi, use it as your ACP Quest application device. Make sure your fixtures are working and your demo devices are working. Our lights on our fixtures should be working. Our demos should be plugged in and ready for customers to experience how those phones run and work properly. Make sure all your stores have cleaning supplies. That is on you guys. Your reps shouldn't have to go buy cleaning supplies. And make sure you have inventory, phones and accessories. I know sometimes it can be a challenge, but just make sure you have inventory to the best of your ability. We want to make sure they have at least a few of the promo devices to offer to customers, and definitely accessories for all of those devices. So those are our owner and manager expectations, right? Those are the back office things. You guys own that, and that is on you for sure. And then we have rep expectations. So it's a little different. They don't have as much control over the location or the store as you do. So we ask that the reps ensure that the stores are open on time. We open at 10 a.m. We want to make sure our reps are there by maybe 9:50, get the cash drawer counted, get clocked in, all that good stuff, so the open sign can be turned on at 10. We want to make sure all their STAR trainings are completed on time. Yearly we have the DNC and they have Smile and Dial trainings. We have new trainings in there all the time. And I know the training team is creating a new website for rep training. So that should be coming soon. It looks really nice and super user friendly. We want to make sure that our reps are dressed in the Boost Mobile dress code, right? A Boost shirt, a name badge, a lanyard, and jeans or khakis. A clean, presentable store. No one wants to walk into dirty, germ-covered stores. So let's make sure we're cleaning the store on a daily basis, wiping counters down, vacuuming, mopping. We want to make sure planogram is changed on time. We want to make sure reps know the plans and the promotions and know how to use our systems. They need to make sure they're selling and offering and pitching all of our products. We want to make sure Adelines, ACP, mobile broadbands, accessories, all the things we have to offer are offered to the customer, and that we're upselling. So we're offering value-added service to these customers. Boost Shield, Mexico Calling, K-Health, whatever's going to give them a better experience, we definitely want to make sure that's being offered to our customers. And we want to make sure our reps are controlling the controllables. If something's not working, they need to know that they can reach out and let you know, hey, my credit card machine doesn't work. Hey, I need more cleaning supplies. Whatever it is, they need to control the controllables within their store, because you guys aren't always going to know that these things are happening, right? It's your front line that needs to relay these messages back to you. And again, staff is checking their email regularly. Lots of communication comes from us, you guys. They need to stay up to date on these things. A well-organized business is a profitable business. Have a process for everything and ensure each rep has an email so they know what's going on all the time. And utilize Google. They have a ton of applications you can use to organize your business, set expectations, and keep track of your staff. So now we're going to move on to AE expectations during our visits. Guys, when we come in and your expectations for your reps are set properly for their day-to-day tasks, we don't have to come in and waste time on changing planogram or asking why they don't have a Boost shirt on. We can come in and we can just start talking about sales. We can start talking about promotions and new things that have launched in the last week or so. We want to help you guys build your business and make more money and create better salespeople. That's what we want to do. So if we can save time with all the little silly things, it's just going to make it so much better, and it's going to make your staff so much stronger. So again, the ask is set the proper expectations with your reps, right? Daily cleaning, proper dress code, reading the buzz and the sales portal alerts every day, putting up and taking down old planogram. Does your store have what it needs? Does it have working equipment? Does it have enough staff? Does it have heat and AC? You guys, your stores, the customers don't want to walk into your store when it's 100 degrees like it's going to be today and sweat their butts off. That is not a good customer experience. I'm one of the hottest running people you'll ever meet, and I don't want to do that. So I'm not going to lie to you. Heat and AC, cleaning supplies, and toiletries. Make sure your staff has what they need to be comfortable at work and run your store the way it needs to be run. We ask that you let your new hires know who we are. Give them our contact information. Let them know we're going to stop in. Hey, Sarah's going to stop in. She stops in every other week. She's answering your questions. She's here for anything you need. This is her phone number. This is her email address. Don't let it be a surprise when we get there and they're like, who the heck are you? And why are you asking me all these questions? Make sure your reps are using the Guru sales process. We are looking for how your reps pitch and offer products, how they greet our customers, how they understand our customers' needs. And we'll jump into the Guru sales process on the next slide. The next slide is going to be our customer experience. So the customer expectations and experience, right? You guys, we only get one chance to make a great first impression on this customer. And when they walk in, your rep is who's going to give them that first impression of your business. You want to make sure that it's the best one they can possibly give. We want to make sure, again, stores are clean. Your boost rep is dressed the way they're supposed to be dressed. They're giving them a good greeting. We smile, seem excited that your customer is there. They're coming in, they're breaking up that boringness of sometimes your slow day, and they're going to hopefully close a sale, right? This is money walking in the door. Be happy these people are here. We need knowledgeable sales reps. Make sure they're completing their trainings. They take the Boost Advocate training and they stay up to date on promotions, enough product on hand, accessories on hand, and again, properly working equipment. So for most of you, you should know what the Guru sales process is. If you don't, it is greet your customer within 10 to 15 seconds with a big old smile. Be happy that they're there. We need to understand what our customer is in there for. So we want to ask open-ended questions. Please, for the love of God, when someone walks in your store, don't just say, here to pay a bill, and let that be the end of the conversation, because your customer may need so much more than that. So we want to ask them, hey, what brings you in today? What are you looking to do today? Anything that's not a yes or no answer. And then we need to recommend what they need, what they want from all the information we gathered from those open-ended questions. We need to upsell them additional services, Boost Shield, Adeline, ACP. We have a million additional services we can offer to our customers to make their experience with Boost better. So we need to make sure that we're offering this stuff to our customers. And then we need to service the sale. So we need to close the sale. We need to ask for the sale. We need to give a great customer experience, set up the phone, help them understand it, and make sure they know their plans and their processes. The Guru sales process is something we will absolutely look for, and it's something we'll go over in the Boost Advocate training with your new hires. The next slide we're going to go over is your perfect 4.0. So your store appearance is huge, you guys. Customers want to walk into a pretty store. 4.0s are pretty. BRs are pretty. Our Doheenies can be very pretty. We just need to make sure they're cleaned and properly set up. So make sure your lights all work on your fixtures. Make sure your planogram is on point. Make sure we don't have any old planogram out on the floor. And if you have any questions on where any of your planogram goes, you can download the Amped Merch app through the Google Play Store or through your Apple Store. Or you can go on to Sales Portal. Up at the top, there's a little box that says Resources. If you click there and go to Merchandising, it has the merchandising grids for all different types of doors. BR, AR, we have 4.0, we have kiosks. Any planogram you need will be on Sales Portal under Resources. So now I'm going to show you an even prettier pictures of this beautiful 4.0. Clark Gabara sent me these lovely pictures. They have all their planogram up, their lights are working, everything's set up, and it's so clean and nice. Customers need a clean, well-lit store and nothing by the point of sale stand. So let's jump into what our reps should look like. Look at these young men. They look amazing. These guys are absolutely dressed for some Boost Mobile success. So the perfect rep is going to be dressed in a current Boost Mobile shirt. We don't want shrink it on there, you guys. We don't offer shrink it anymore. So definitely make sure your reps have a current Boost Mobile shirt. They need to be in jeans, khakis, or slacks with a nice clean appearance. We want to make sure they have the current lanyard or a name tag. Right now, they have the free Boost Mobile or the free mobile service for the ACP program. And again, don't forget to smile, right? Smile makes everyone feel comfortable. If your reps don't have a current Boost Mobile shirt, you guys can order shirts from boostmobilegear.com. If you need to register, reach out to your AE. You do need your SFID to get your dealer registered, but we can send that to you with no issue. Your reps can win a contest. We give out shirts and Boost Mobile Gear money all the time for contests for your reps, or ask your AE, right? Like if your rep has had trouble getting shirts or you can't get them right then, reach out to your AE. We usually have trunk stock for these things and we can absolutely get them a shirt with the quickness. I am done talking to you about expectations and how wonderful and beautiful your store should be. So I'm going to hand it over to the wonderful Chris Walton, and he is going to go over some staffing with you.
Thank you, Sarah. Great job. Lot of good information you just covered. So like she said, I talk about our frontline staff. Today, I'm going to cover a few tips and tricks and tools you guys can use to attract that staff, get them hired, and then get them trained up so that way they can meet all these expectations that we just covered. Let's move on to the next slide. So we have a free tool for all of our PBR and BR partners out there, and it's going to be our boostmobiljobs.com website. If you guys haven't visited the site, please reach out to your AE to get some assistance on how to post for jobs on here. This is going to be a one-stop shop for you to be able to post your jobs where you can kind of set yourself apart from the competition through even differentiating yourself with salary ranges. You can manage the candidates once they apply to these jobs. You can receive email notifications and communicate back and forth to help them along the way in the hiring process. Now, once you post these jobs, also another good tip is to go on to Ad Builder and download and print our approved Boost Mobile jobs hiring or now hiring signs and post them up in your stores. That way people who come in and shop with you can know that you guys are hiring for that. But as we all know, candidates have a lot of different ways to look for jobs, right? They can go onto different websites like the one seen on this slide, Indeed, Glassdoor, and LinkedIn. And once you post a job to boostmobiljobs.com, we will automatically advertise that you're hiring at all these great different places. So no matter if you are trying to attract a sales rep, a manager, a team lead, a DM, or even someone in operations for your organization, you can do so through boostmobiljobs.com, and rest assured that's going to reach all the right locations for your candidate. Let's go on to the next slide. So once we get them all brought in and we now hired them, we can now make sure we're going to train them up. So what we do now is once a month, our implementation team puts on a great Boost Mobile advocate training. And a little shout out, as you can see here, we have one coming up the 28th, 29th, and 30th. So if any of you guys have new hires, please get them registered for this great experience. We do ask that before they attend, though, that you do help them complete some STAR trainings so that we have a really good foundation about what they are going to learn. When they're all signed up, make sure they have about an hour and a half of uninterrupted time so that way they can invest in themselves the same way you're investing in them to make sure that they're going to come out of this training well prepared to serve your customers and make some additional revenue for your locations. We cover a lot of information on these trainings. Yes, it is about the basics, but we do a deep dive into some really important things like our network, right? TN versus BTN. We talk about Boost Shield and how to drive additional revenue. We talk about gurus and how to upsell and ask the right questions to make sure that we are helping the customer completely the first time. So that when they come back to us, they're going to be satisfied and also bring us some referrals. So I just wanted to bring this up to you guys so that way you can make sure that you have all the tools necessary to post your jobs, advertise correctly to all the different websites, including in-store with our ad builder flyers in there, and then also where do you move those employees to make sure they get the proper training and they're ready to sell on your floor. So with that, I'm going to pass it over to Greg to talk about events.
All right. Thank you, Chris. Good morning, everybody. If we can jump to the next slide, please. We will speak about events, expectations, customer experience, how to run events, the benefit of events, and so forth. So expectations and customer experience, super important in having a successful event. We want a sales-focused event, right? With special offers, reps pitching the promotions, advertising of event and promotions. So special offers, something like, a free tablet, waived activation fee, free accessories, free speaker, maybe, a prize wheel, something along those lines, right? We want reps pitching the promotions. So we want to be outside in front of people and making sure that everybody that comes by is hearing about the offers that we have, whether it's a free iPhone or whether it's free internet or what have you, right? And then advertising the events and promotions, that's something that's really important. And there's a lot of different ways to do that. We can do that through social media. We can do that with flyering. We can do that via word of mouth. One that I really like is Smile and Dial. It's an underutilized tool that we have. And, a lot of times people are awkward about maybe pitching something while smiling and dialing. Well, you're not pitching anything. You're just inviting a customer to an event where they can maybe win a prize or get a great deal or something along those lines. So that's the benefit of using Smile and Dial. But there's different ways to advertise your event and make sure that that we're going to get some traction with that event, right? If you're going to put the time and money into that event, it's really important that we advertise it. We want to make sure it's a fun environment, things for kids, contests and giveaway, and music playing, right? So things for kids, whether it's a face painting type of thing, right? Contests and giveaways, like we said, maybe it's a prize wheel, maybe it's a bag-o board where you toss into the hole and you get an entry into a giveaway or something, right? Obviously, we want music playing to draw attention. Something like a food truck or maybe an ice cream truck or something along those lines are always fun and draw a lot of attention as well. We'd like to have plenty of staff on hand, right? You being the only person outside is better than nobody being outside. But if we want to do the event right, we want to make sure that we're engaging everybody that's in a certain proximity, and we have plenty of resources available to manage those people, in that area. Plenty of inventory on hand, right? If you're going to have an event, you got to expect success, and having the proper inventory is part of that, right? We talked briefly about snacks and refreshments, whether it's a food truck or an ice cream truck, or you can have bottles of water, bottles of pop, chips, cookies, anything like that. And then finally, Boost Mobile swag for customers, right? So that just fun little giveaways, right? Like a little mini beach ball or sunglasses for the kids or whatever. But something, once again, to make it fun and entertaining, and obviously want to remain sales focused as well. All right. And then the difference between, a regular event and local marketing event, our local marketing team will provide support, which means they're actually putting their money into your event as well. The previous slide, we talked about events that you're running, that you're funding, right? And you don't have to go crazy doing that, but it's always nice to have some type of marketing budget. I mean, a legitimate business has a marketing budget. They plan on spending money monthly or quarterly in order to drive sales, right? So, an event like that is part of maybe your marketing budget, but we can also get the local marketing team involved, our local marketing team, and they can help you fund this as well. They'll provide support, to an event or organization in your area. They can bring local businesses to participate, provide swag. They'll help you with the swag, right? And create customized flyers and social media templates. Our local marketing team is great at creating flyers. They're also really engaged when it comes to, boosting your promotions or helping you promote your events with social media. So that's something that not a lot of us are really good at, and they're great at it. So it's nice to have them to help out. Dealer expectations. Once again, we want to be well staffed. We got to plan or expect success, right? Plenty of inventory on hand. I think that goes hand in hand with that. Dealer investment. Once again, we talked about snacks and special promotional products. Additional activities for the customers to participate in, and then dealer advertising, utilizing flyers and social media posts, and even circling back and doing Smile and Dial, that type of stuff. So local marketing it's really important that these events that our local marketing team helps sponsor are run and organized really well, because if they are, they're going to be more than willing to help us out the next time around. It's neat to see how, you know, local marketing will approach us about, hey, can we do another event with that dealer that had such a nice event last time, who put so much effort into the last one, you know, where they're actually asking us if they can help us spend money at your store. We'd love to be able to do that for you guys. So I think the first thing is starting to plan your events, right? Getting us involved, your AEs or even your DDPs. Let us know that you're having an event. Let's make it big, get pictures, you know, and let's share it with everybody on social media, what kind of event that we had. Let's tell the local marketing team what we did. We'll get them involved for the next time around. And, you know, and once again, I think, guys, when it comes to this local marketing or just even regular events, you know, we want to have a calendar. Have a calendar, be prepared. You know, summertime is a great time to be outside. It's different than sitting in your store, you know, just waiting for people to come in. You can get outside, you can engage customers. And quite frankly, you should be planning on doing this monthly or bi-weekly or even weekly. And if you get into that routine, everything becomes a little bit easier. You have to put less and less effort into the next event because you've already done the planning and you've already experienced what it's supposed to look like. So if we can go to the next slide. All right, and then dealer events, pick your day. Some days are better than others, whether it's SSI days or pay days, heavy traffic days, holidays. We got the 4th of July coming up here on a Monday in a couple weeks here. So I think that'll be an excellent day for people to be out shopping, out and about. Plan your inventory, right? If you know what kind of promotions we have going on. For instance, right now, we're going to transition from the free iPhone SE to a $19.99 iPhone SE. It's still a great deal. Let's make sure we have some inventory there. If you're thinking about doing maybe an ACP, themed event, right? Want to make sure that we have tablets or the phones that are on the, the phones that we have that are no port, no problem, right? Have flyers to promote. Let's make sure that we're doing whatever we can to promote this event. Once again, we've talked about social media flyers, you know, that type of stuff. Have a call to action, create interest for the customers, whether it's a raffle or a drawing, TV giveaway, free month of service, you know, free speakers, something like that to drive people to your store. Once again, use Smile and Dial. Smile and Dial is a huge tool. And once again, a lot of us are so, you know, hesitant to sit there and try to pitch products and offers and services to our customers on Smile and Dial, but it's really easy to invite them to a party, right? So let's do that. Let's invite them to a party. Have a 2-week plan to promote, right? So that goes along with what I was talking about. Have a calendar, you know when you're going to run these events. And like I said, it can be and just make sure that you're planning for each event 2 weeks out. So I don't care if you're doing weekly events, but the one you're doing this week had to be planned out 2 weeks in advance. And actually this week we're starting to plan out for the one that's, 2 weeks from now. So use paid social media. That's another great way to generate interest and help support your event. And once again, our local marketing team, once you've shown interest and the ability to run a good event, they'll help you with that as well. Reach out to us, your AEs, your DDPs, and other support reps for assistance. Brightstar, SmartPay, other vendors, they'll help you out. They're always happy to attend when they can and provide swag. And then finally, a pro tip. Having a quarterly calendar, as we talked about, quarterly marketing calendar helps you and your reps know when or what to plan for and how to best support it ahead of time. So that's our marketing, our events. Hopefully you glean something from that. I think I'm handing it off to the Elevate team and Catherine and Gloria.
Good. Well, it's good afternoon now. I'm going to have Sarah. Thank you so much for having Catherine and myself on this call to be able to work. Hi, Anthony. To be able to work with these dealers in and out is pretty much what we do every day, right? For those of you that don't know me, my name is Gloria Laudiano. I am the Northeast account manager, but I also work with the West. I've worked hand in hand a lot of times with Anthony. I've worked with Brian. I've worked with Caleb. So we want all our dealers to know that we are one team, one dream. So there's no way or no how that we don't mirror each other, right? And this is where I'm going to hand it over to Catherine. But in the slide, we did put three top things, right? Bdn Management Approval. A lot of our dealers don't know how to clear those permissions. Another thing that's across the board, one of the most important things is your inventory management. We also have coupons, and Catherine is going to show you all this live on a database, as well as some tips and tricks and best practices that we have from the field. And we get this from our dealers. So it's not like, oh, hey, Gloria's going to make up this trick or this best practice. I want to hand it over to my lead trainer, Catherine. She's going to take over the call, and she's going to walk through the 4 slides that Sarah and her created. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Gloria.
Catherine?
Thank you, Sarah, for having us. Good afternoon, everybody. All right, so let me share my screen with everybody. So we're going to do a quick live training on some of the best practices and tips and tricks that we have in Elevate POS system. And as Gloria said, we're going to start with the Bdn Manager Approval. So basically, if you don't want your managers, or actually if you want your managers and your reps to be able to apply a manager's coupon without any kind of approval, without any confirmation, there are just 2 tiny little things that you need to take care of in your Boost Elevate POS system. And user administrator module, that's something that will help you with that. So let me quickly show you how to set up the permissions for the user, for the person to be able to apply a manager's coupon. So you need to go to Manage, Administration Tools, and User Administrator. Basically, that's the place where you create new users for your employees, for your managers, where you can manage their permissions, right? Where you can check what permissions each role has in the system. You can search for a particular user if you have a very long list, for example, a lot of people in your company working in the store. You can simply search for the user by the name, right? And then you need to double click on that user to get into their user profile. And there we'll need to go to the Human Resources tab and make sure that their business group for the discount is manager. So that's going to be thing number 1 that we need to take care of. And another one would be the permission to approve the discount. So you can set it up on the role manager, just give that permission to pretty much all of the roles. But actually, I would recommend it to go to User Overrides Manager and make any permission changes on the user level. So you have a search field to easily find the permission that you need. In our case, it's going to be approve discount. And then it's going to be highlighted for us on the permission tree list here. Let me find it real quick. There we go. So we just need to right-click on our Manager Override module and select Allow Execution for all sub-levels, right? You can do that on the company level. You can go by the store, for example, if that person works in a particular store, right? And then just hit Save. Make sure to save the changes. And basically, that person will be able to apply the manager's coupon in Boost Elevate and Elevate Web without any need for any kind of approval. So that's our first tip and trick, right? Moving on, the inventory management is also a very important part of every dealer's business, right? And with Elevate POS system, inventory management is actually as easy as pie. There are just a couple of things, again, that you need to do regularly in your Elevate POS system, not to worry about your inventory. So the first one would be to check your inventory aging report. Probably the majority of you know that we have a reporting portal with lots of different reports. So let me open the reporting portal here for you. And the one that I would recommend it to use and actually to subscribe to, because we have an option to subscribe to a report, so you don't have to open the reporting portal all the time. It will be just sent to you on your email weekly, monthly, every day, whenever you want it to have. And the inventory aging report, why it's so important, because that's the report that gives you the number of the days when a particular product was added into your inventory. So basically, the report consists of a couple of columns that show the store, the description of the product, the bin, serial number, quantity, and cost, right? So you can see total quantity of your inventory and total value of your inventory as well. And then we got age and store column. So that's the one that will show you how many days ago the product was added into your inventory. So that's a very easy way just to make sure that you don't have any end-of-life products or any products that have been sitting in your inventory for a very, very long time. Besides, you can click on the column header to get the higher number, and then if you click again, well, actually that was the lesser one, and now it's the higher one, right? So you can see basically if you have anything very, very old in your inventory, right? So this way you can understand if maybe the product is not really popular, so maybe we should not order it, right? So it's a very good report. In terms of subscriptions, you just need to go to report options. You can actually subscribe to any report in the portal, right? We don't have any limits to that. And then just hit subscribe, enter your email, select the format, CSV or Excel, and define the schedule, right? You can do it, you can receive it hourly, daily, weekly, monthly, whatever time you want to have it on your email. Besides, if you want to have separate reports per location, you have to subscribe to it a couple of times, like as many times as many locations you have in the database, right? And then in the filters, you have an option to select that location. So it will be sending you the updated information with your inventory on hand to your email. So, and actually another thing to, which is very useful in terms of inventory management is your inventory reconciliation. So, regarding the amount of your inventory, you can do that weekly, you can do that daily. I have dealers who are doing that daily separately for devices and accessories, but that's something that you definitely should be using to make sure that your inventory in the store is matching your inventory in the system. So how to get to that option? You need to go to inventory to open your inventory work center and switch to inventory adjustment tab. So here we have the inventory reconciliation process section, which consists of two steps, right? So we need to do count stock to basically let the system know the list of the items that we have physically in the store, and then we have to reconcile that list. So with the reconcile, Elevate would show you what has to be added and what has to be subtracted. I would also recommend it to use our B2B Help Center, which is our knowledge base where we have lots of different very useful training instructions, training videos as well, where you can which you can use for some self-learning and also for the support chat. And also in our inventory work center, we have a help center section with this
Catherine, darling, you got muted.
Yeah, Catherine, you got muted.
Oh, someone's going to be turning in their badge after this call.
I'm sorry, that wasn't me. Can you hear me now?
We got you back.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Yeah, as I was saying, you can actually learn the process of the reconciliation using the how to reconcile your stock link to the article. I don't want to spend that right now on the call, the time for that, so that you can actually go use it and learn it and see how amazing it is. But I'm going to show you a very good trick actually in the system using the reconciliation process, which we're using. So very often our inventory is messy, right? We cannot do just the adjustment or something like that. We just want to remove every single item that we have in stock and just start adding it from scratch. So for that, we have an easy workaround using the inventory reconciliation process. So first of all, we need to go to count, and we will also be able to select our reconciliation areas. We can go with the entire stock. We can select all devices, select all accessories, right? We have all of these options here. So let's go with all of them. Let's hit OK. This is just a notification that tells you that your stock will be locked while you're doing the blind count, which totally makes sense. So if we're talking about the reconciliation process, it has to be done beyond the business hours so that you don't have any customers, because you won't be able to sell anything in the system during the reconciliation flow. And now we just need to post the physical stock count document. So the trick is that we're kind of like tricking the system and telling the system that we don't have anything in our store, right? So we're posting this document, and then we go to reconcile and selecting that blind count document. And then the system would show us the list, like basically of all items that we have in our inventory in the system, and it will let us subtract them, right? So we just check all of the items, hit create system adjustment, subtract, and then we're going to have to post our inventory subtract document to confirm that we need to remove them. And of course, make sure to post the entire inventory reconciliation document. So now your stock in this location is empty, so you can go back to your purchase order tab and receive your items from scratch. So that's the workaround that we can use in case we need to zero out our inventory. Also, in regards to the coupons, actually, so basically we have, our system is promo ready, right? So whatever promotions Boost has, they are uploaded in our system, and whenever you're doing an activation in Boost Elevate or Elevate Web, system would apply the booster in promotion automatically for you. But in case you would like to give some additional discounts, or you want to give a discount for accessories or promotional bundles, for example, we have an entire coupon manager, coupon discount module, where you have all of the options to create different kind of coupons. So to get to that module, you need to go to Manage, Product and Services, and that's where we have Coupon Discount Manager. So you're going to have, of course, a list of some default discounts, like, for example, the SIM card discount for the LV Web, right? But to create a new one, we just need to click on New button in the top left corner. And here we not only have one option, we can actually create a discount, a coupon, and a promotional bundle. So the discount is actually just a standard discount, which I would recommend it to use in case of an accessory discount, right? If you want to give like $5 off or 50% off, you can have all of these options. Besides, we also have an option to select a specific discount method that will give you an option to apply a flexible discount. So if you give a different discount every time to the customer, we also have this option. So you don't have to create a lot of discounts in the system. You can just create one with that specific discount method, and then every time you apply it, you can decide on the final price of the product. Coupon in its turn is actually something that you can print out, because we have a printing option there. You can create your own design, add whatever message you want to have on that coupon, and then print it out and hand over to the customer so they can use it, come back and use it as a discount for their next purchase, right? And lastly, the promotional bundle is something that we can use in case we're giving discounts for some bundles, right? Buy 2 screen protectors and get the third one for free, or buy 2 cases and get 50% off for the final price, right? And each type can actually be product driven, right? So that's for accessory discounts, for device discounts, if you want to give some, again, additional discount for the device sales, and also product and plan driven discounts, right? Specifically for device activations. That's what we have for the Coupon Discount Manager. Again, if you want to get into any details, go to our B2B Help Center, where you can use and watch our training videos and training articles. And besides, you can join our webinars. So here we have the section webinars and videos, where you can, again, watch some quick video manuals on pretty much every option that is available in our POS system. And here's our weekly webinar schedule. But if, for example, the timing for the webinar is not really convenient for you, we have the recordings of the webinar. So here we got the inventory webinar recording, reporting, advanced admin, and the sales webinar recording as well. And just one last thing on our tips and tricks. Actually, one of the latest things that we've added to our database is the Bdn for the previously activated devices, right? So in case you have such device, you already have the Bdn created in your database. We actually created it in all Boost databases. So you can easily move that device to your Bdn, right? We have a stock maintenance where we can transfer the products from one bin to another bin. So let me quickly show you how to do that. We just need to go to Inventory Work Center, then to Stock Maintenance at the very bottom. And then we need to select the bin that we're transferring the product from. If that was a return device, for example, we can go to Return Bin, right? Check Transfer to Bin. There you will see Bdn. And then you just need to scan the UPC or enter the product ID of your device, of your previously activated device. And of course, enter the IMEI. So let me take the IMEI. We hit OK. Oh, sorry. Okay, there we go. We hit OK, and basically we just then need to post our stock maintenance document, and this the serial number will be transferred from the retail bin to or returns bin to the Bdn, which is by default non-sellable bin. So it means that sales reps, they won't be able to sell that IMEI in the system anymore. So that's pretty much what we have. Gloria, maybe you have something to add?
I have nothing else. Thank you, Catherine. I think you took Caleb's shine here, but I guess that we're now on our way to the DDP guest speaker, right, Sarah? Thank you again for all of you. Yeah, thank you so much for having us on this call. And always, we're just a phone call away, so you could give us a call. And thank you for all those good tips in the chat as well.
Thank you, guys. We appreciate you so, so much. All right, so we are going to jump into our DDP guest speakers. Our first guest speaker is going to be Desean Mallory from Marsico. We all know and love and miss Desean. So he's going to go over your social media presence with us.
All right, good afternoon, everyone. But, kind of what, Greg had touched on social media being a huge part of your events. It's definitely one of the easiest and cost-effective ways to get the word out about your store, about promotions you're having. So obviously, couple of great reasons why social media is important, right? It increases brand awareness. Pretty much everybody in the world is on some type of social media right now. So it's a great way to reach out and touch people around you. Stay top of mind, keep your social posts entertaining, informative, and your followers be glad to see your new content in their feeds, and generate leads, right? This is a great way for, obviously a lot of times we're struggling with traffic. It's no easier way, and like I said, cost-effective way about bringing notice to your business and bringing customers into your stores and letting them know about the products and promotions you guys have going on in your stores. Next slide for me there. People are always searching online for products. So that's another reason why we need to be very active on social media. Showcase your products, showcase your services. And we need to drive that traffic into your store. Source your content. Create some specific hashtags about your store, about your promotions, about your customers, and tag your business with those while you're posting. Provide, obviously, there's a lot of research going on out there for customers looking at different options on where to purchase from. If you're staying consistent with that content out there, it's a great way to bring customers to your store. and obviously to stay creative. Reputation management is another big thing, right? Even when you're posted on social media, these days people look for responses. So you want to stay engaged when you can with your customers or with people. So if you see a negative comment about your store or about something that happened within your store, hey, let's make a reply to that business, apologize to that particular customer, and hopefully you can get that customer back in and you can win them over with maybe a certain promotion or an accessory discount or something like that. But you want to have a connection to your customers out there. You always want to be positive, and use kind words when you're talking to customers or potential customers out there on social media. Next slide for me. Again, like I said, customer service is huge these days. I know you see so many people out there, company wise, with their social media pages and people responding, both positively and negatively. So it's very important to stay engaged there. Another thing, keep an eye on your competition. Again, we're not the only ones out there on social media. We got Cricket, we got Metro, we got T-Mobile, Verizon. They're all on social media. Follow those people on their social media page so you can see what kind of promos they're running, so you stay top of mind of what's going out there and what people are saying about them. And also you can get some great ideas from them. If you're following some of the other providers out there, hey, maybe they have a great idea of how they're positioning their particular offer or their particular promotion that they have going on, and copy it. If you think it's a good idea and successful, why not use it? Take it for yourself and use it in your stores. Industry news as well. You can stay on top of what's going on in the industry by following some of those as well. Targeted advertising tactics. These days, social ads, again, are inexpensive. They also offer powerful targeting options, so you can reach the right audience you try to get to and make the most out of your budget. There's no better way to reach more people these days than social media. You can send out flyers, but social media is the biggest way to reach more people. And there's all tons of tracking analysis out there as well to see how you're engaged and see your followers. And one thing too, you want to make sure with your followers, you want to try to follow your customers. If you got customers coming into your store, you want to try to get them engaged with your social media pages as well, and back and forth. So you engage with your customers on their pages, and you encourage them to be engaged on your social media pages as well. Next slide for me. Again, so let's make sure we're encouraging our customers to follow your business on social media. Hey, take pictures when you're in your stores as well with your customers, and have them follow. Hey, Mr. Customer, would you mind following our social media page? You want to stay active. Post at least 3 times a week. Make sure that content is approved. Boost mobile content. Share pictures with your staff of your store, your accessories, whichever offer you're trying to push out there. You want to try to push out there. And the three C's, what I like to say is kind of be creative, be consistent with that 3 times a week, and connecting. You want to make sure you're liking other people's pages so they can like yours. You're engaging in conversation with your customers. Obviously, out there we got digital dashboard, right? So if you're using digital dashboard, it's a great way to stay engaged with your posts. But also, you can obviously set up some other additional social media pages as well. We got a ton of them out there: Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok, Snapchat, and who else knows that? There's probably some other ones out there that I don't even know about. But if you can, stay engaged and create pages for all those. The more engaged you are, the more customers you could potentially reach out there, and hopefully drive some business to your stores. All right, I think that is all for me, Sarah, I believe.
Yeah, we're going to kick it over to Caleb. He's going to touch on that pad bin process again for us real quick, and just help you guys understand what you need to do there to get those out of your inventory so we don't accidentally sell them.
Thanks, Sarah. Yeah, no, Kathleen definitely killed it with her her presentation, but pretty simple to do, guys. And what this is going to do, this is not going to submit anything for recess, so keep that in mind. It is strictly, like Sarah said, just to remove it for your inventory so it's not sold, because obviously we don't want that because I'm going to lose our device reimbursement, so on and so forth. But yeah, it's just simple as clicking on the inventory icon there for the stock maintenance. And then you're going to go, from inventory to stock maintenance. And then from there, in stock maintenance window, you'll do the retail bin in the first drop down and check the transit to bin and select pad. In the second drop down, scan the UPC and serial, and then product into the lookup field, and then hit post. And that's basically it, guys. So that's just going to remove it so it doesn't accidentally get sold. But yeah, that's all I got. That's it.
Thank you, Caleb. We're going to go over to Brian Hunkley with VIP, and he's going to talk to hosting a successful event and a couple of locations you guys can do rather than just in front of your store. Brian, are you on?
I am.
Oh, perfect.
Hello, all. I am here, and again, you can see here event success. Just more or less here to piggyback off of Greg, but as Sarah mentioned, to think out again, we're in the retail environment. Think outside the four walls, right? Think outside that box. So we've put a major focus on offsite events. All of us on this call have heard, hey, we're not getting as many door swings. All of us have driven down the road before, have seen those good old white and green tents popped up at gas stations, pushing the government assisted phones. So what we've done is we want to create that new traffic flow coming into your doors. Work within a 1-3 mile radius of your doors, of your stores. Greg made a comment about being prepared. Lead time is huge. You got to prepare a little bit more for the offsite events. Getting your boost team involved, getting your DDP involved, takes roughly 3 to 4 weeks is a good lead time to look at to get flyers created for that location. Keep in mind, you're not going to be selling everybody at that event, Johnny on the spot. So you want to have flyers created with that closest store address on the bottom of the flyer. There's customers that are out there that do not even realize where you are or where your store is located. So create that new traffic flow coming to your doors. The other nice part about this is we mentioned staffing. Keep your employees fresh. A lot of times, instead of them sitting behind those four walls, they want to get outside. They'd love to do these events. So more or less, this is going to be something that's designed. We've had some, like I said, put a lot of emphasis on this over the last quarter, where we've had success stories. I see Ryan's on the call. Some areas that we've targeted is your type C malls. A lot of times, we're in the retail environment. Trust me, we feel for you. We all feel off of this. With COVID hitting, every retail channel has felt this way. So a lot of times these guys also want to generate more business to their locations. So they're willing to let you set up in the middle of a mall with no charge to create that buzz. We've had success at community colleges. Look into your community colleges. A lot of times what I've encountered has been you get in touch with the advisor at that university or the community college, find out when August comes, when they have new school signups. They also have government assisted programs. What I've encountered, they have a government assisted program for the service, but they don't have enough laptops or anything to give to their students. So those laptops are being rented on a 2-week basis. Here, they're more than welcome. Two colleges that I've hit personally, they were amazed. Oh, wow, you got free devices that you can give our students? That's another twofold. You know that the device is going to be used because it's a college student using that device instead of just peddling it and pushing it out the door. From an ACP standpoint, we all know we've been hammered with ACP. So at least you know that these tablets are going to be used at a college campus. Your Goodwills, your Dollar Generals we've done. So you do some cross marketing with the local public. So just some success stories that we've seen, and more or less when you're putting these together, there's a lot more prep time. As I mentioned, 3 to 4 weeks of a lead time to get your boost reps involved, the DDPs involved, also for us to have flyers created. You can work with your work schedule of your staffing, and trinkets, giveaways. Greg mentioned having refreshments there. These hot summer days, go spend $4 on a case of bottled water and have it there at a tent to attract customers to come up. The other part to possibly look at is a street team, where you actually have people walking around with the flyers and a tablet in their hand while they're walking around, and understanding, like using that as their pitch. Here, check out this tablet. This is something we're doing for free for you, to bring them into the tent, to funnel them into a location. That way they're prepared already of what they're walking into, have the details before they're just walking up and you guys are getting hammered with 10 customers at once trying to explain it over and over. Having that event set up 45 minutes prior to, an hour prior, 45 minutes prior to the event kicking off. You've got a lot of fairs going on right now, street fairs, to look at as well. More or less, again, something to think outside the box. What's going to draw that new blood into your doors? So just kind of a little takeaway to ponder on. If there's any questions out there, I'm sure those of you on the call that rolled a VIP, or those of you that rolled a Marsico, your AEs are more than welcome to lead you in the right direction. And we are open arms of helping you guys out putting these things together.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So much. All right, you guys, that is the end of the presentation. I think we made it like an hour and a minute. So I think we did pretty well. I want to thank all of our guest presenters that joined the call today. You guys gave us amazing information. We really, really appreciate your help with this. I want to thank all of the dealers and district managers and managers and just those leaders within our dealerships and our doors that joined the call. You guys, we appreciate everything you do every single day for us. If you guys have any questions at all, please ask them. That's what this time is for. If you don't have any questions, that's fine. I am going to post a form in the chat. We would like to consider maybe doing this as a series, so maybe once a month kind of thing. If you go into the form and answer the questions, it will give us suggestions on what we can maybe base the next call on, whether it be how to utilize Google to better your business or how to organize your sales team. Anything is a go. So please use the form that I posted in the chat. Give us your thoughts, give us your ideas, give us your concerns, because we want to help make your business stronger and your sales team better. Again, if you have any questions, now it's open forum. Please be polite, right? It is a work call. So for sure, definitely work appropriate stuff, right, guys? So, but if you need anything, please let us know. And yes, the call is being recorded, so we'll send it to you guys here shortly, and we'll post it to the YouTube channel. If you don't